J Drone here. What's going on, guys? Firefly Q6 on the left, the GoPro Hero 7 Black on the right. As you can see, on the same exact road, using the same exact truck, Hyper Smooth works. Now, what I'm going to do, we are off-road here. I'm going to kind of explain how the Hyper Smooth works, especially on a more extreme scale. This truck is down on the ground. We can see left-right pitching. The reason we can see left-right pitching is because, and watch as we go through this water. Super smooth. But anyway, besides the point, you're gonna see some pitching in the GoPro. It is gimbal-like. Gimbal-like. Again, I'll say it again. Gimbal-like. There is no way that this can completely mimic a gimbal. But running over the surface that we're running on, if you could pay attention towards the ground, it's all loose pebbles, dirt, rock, and whatnot. The image should be like the first image of the Firefly Q6, bouncing all around, because that's exactly what the RC truck and the camera is doing. It's bouncing all around. Don't mind a little shadow off to the right. There's probably bush or something, piece of bush that's caught there. But as we're going over all this, unless it's an extreme bump, it's not registering. And right here, we're going straight, bam, extreme bump, which actually we're high centered, and then we go over it. Now going up this, you can see the rocks. It's smooth. It is smooth, and then we get a little left to right pitching because it's extreme left to right pitch, and this is not a gimbal. I just kind of wanted to go over this, kind of wanted to show you on a different level. I've done this, I've done the Hyper Smooth on a mountain bike. I've also done it on two different drones, a brush drone and a brushless drone. The technology works, and it works really well if you can understand how it's working and what it's doing. And also, if you've, like myself, I'm in the RC hobby, I know what cameras look like in this terrain. I know what cameras look like on certain drones. I know what cameras look like on my mountain bike. I'm not using a gimbal. Even through my backyard here, we're gonna rip around my backyard. This would be bumpy. This grass is not completely level, and again, you see a little bit of pitch shifting here and there when I decide to move heavy because the suspension's weighing on one side, but smooth. And this isn't blacktop. This is pebble top, if that's what you want to call it. This right here is pretty much blacktop, but there's all types of stones on the side from when they do cinder spreading and salting during the winter and whatnot. Again, you get a little bit of pitching when you are on a heavier surface, but then when you basically stay straight, like right now, smooth. And I promise you, this isn't a super smooth surface. Going over all those leaves, it's not a super smooth surface. The Hyper Smooth works, guys. That was my main reason for buying this. This footage is so much cleaner than it would be with the Q6, and I'm not knocking the Q6. If you guys have been with me for a while, if you haven't been with me for a while, hit the subscribe button. But let me tell you a thing or two about the Q6. The Q6 is one of the smallest, lowest profile, dopest 4K 1080p cameras, but it can't get this footage. It can't get this footage, and that's why I decided to get the GoPro in hopes that we can get this clean footage, because this is clean. And I mean, we're ripping, we're moving. This thing is moving, and again, this is not a black top. This is like a composite pebble top, and then we go over top of the grass here, which again, we get pitching up and down on heavy levels, but we are booking over top of this, and it's pretty smooth. Guys, I'm J Drone. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns down below, definitely get at me. If you want to know this setup, I can link a video to show you basically this setup, or the exact setup. Yesterday, I showed the FPV. You just saw me standing there. I'm standing there for the whole drive time. I'm driving through goggles here, and we're gonna do a little flip here. I did test durability of this GoPro. It is pretty durable. Later.